In a small, bustling town filled with vibrant colors and life, there lived a young girl named Mia. At just 12 years old, she had already developed a deep passion for art. With a sketchbook always by her side, Mia would spend countless hours drawing everything that inspired her, from the blooming flowers in her backyard to the shimmering stars above her at night. Her artistic talent was evident. Her drawings were filled with emotion and creativity that drew the admiration of friends, family, and teachers alike. Mia's world, however, was not as bright as her artwork suggested. A few months prior, she had been diagnosed with leukemia, a type of blood cancer that turned her life upside down. The news hit her family like a storm. One moment, they were celebrating Mia's achievements in art, and the next they were navigating the complexities of hospital visits, treatments, and the overwhelming emotional toll of such a diagnosis. As she began her chemotherapy treatments, Mia found herself in a whirlwind of mixed emotions. There were days when she felt weak and vulnerable, grappling with the physical and mental challenges of her condition. Yet through it all, Mia held on to her love for art as a lifeline, a way to express herself when words failed. Drawing became her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the harsh realities of illness and find solace in creativity. With the mounting medical bills and the need for ongoing treatments, Mia's family faced significant financial strain. They tried to manage expenses as best they could, but it quickly became clear that they would need help. It was during one of her hospital visits that Mia was struck by an idea. What if she could use her talent to raise funds for her treatments? This thought ignited a spark within her, a determination to not only fight for her health, but also to share her art with others. Mia decided to organize an art sale where she could showcase and sell her work. She envisioned setting up a booth at the local park on a sunny Saturday morning, inviting friends and family, and anyone who happened to pass by, to come see what she had created. The idea thrilled her. It promised not just hope for financial support, but also an opportunity to connect with people through her art. As she prepared for the event, Mia poured herself into creating new pieces. She worked diligently on paintings and drawings that reflected both the beauty she saw in the world and the struggles she faced. Her artwork became a reflection of her journey, filled with vibrant colors that symbolized hope and darker hues that captured moments of fear and uncertainty. Despite feeling nervous about putting herself out there, Mia's excitement grew as the date approached. She shared flyers around town, spreading word about her upcoming sale. Her mother helped organize logistics while providing encouragement every step of the way. The local community began to rally around Mia. Neighbors offered words of support, friends volunteered their time to help set up the booth, and local businesses showed interest in donating supplies. On the eve of the art sale, Mia lay in bed, unable to sleep as thoughts raced through her mind. She wondered if anyone would show up or if anyone would be interested in buying her artwork. What if no one cared? But deep down, she reminded herself that this was about more than just selling art. It was about sharing her story and raising awareness about childhood cancer. The day had finally arrived. As dawn broke over the town, Mia felt a sense of anticipation mixed with anxiety bubbling inside her. With each passing hour leading up to the sale, she watched people gather at the park. Families strolled by, children laughed, and life unfolded around her like the pages of a storybook. Mia set up her booth adorned with colorful banners showcasing her artwork, each piece telling its own story. She placed signs inviting passersby to stop by and learn more about why she was selling art, to fund her chemotherapy treatments so she could continue fighting for her health. As people began to approach, Mia's heart raced with both excitement and nerves. She smiled warmly at everyone who passed by, hoping they might stop to take a closer look at what she had created. Little did she know that this day would hold an unexpected twist, one that would change everything for Mia and leave an indelible mark on everyone who witnessed it. Through all these experiences, the challenges of illness intertwined with the passion for art, Mia's journey truly began. It was not just about selling artwork. It was about courageously facing adversity head-on while inspiring others along the way. Each stroke of paint on canvas represented hope, a testament that even in tough times, creativity could flourish amid struggle. Mia's decision to sell her artwork was born from a mixture of necessity and inspiration. After her diagnosis, she realized that her love for art could serve a greater purpose beyond her personal joy. It could be a way to help fund her chemotherapy treatments. The idea struck her like a bolt of lightning, using her talent to not only express herself, but also to make a difference in her own life and the lives of others battling similar struggles. As she began to formulate her plan, Mia felt an unwavering determination swelling within her. She wanted to create an art sale that would not only generate funds, but also raise awareness about childhood cancer. It became more than just a financial endeavor. It was a mission to spread hope and encourage others facing their own battles. This realization fueled her creative process as she dove headfirst into producing artwork that reflected her journey. Mia's artistic style was eclectic, drawing inspiration from the world around her. She loved using vivid colors, often inspired by the sunsets she watched from her bedroom window or the vibrant blooms in her mother's garden. Her drawings ranged from whimsical landscapes filled with magical creatures to heartfelt portraits capturing the emotions she felt during her treatment. Every piece she created was infused with meaning, serving as both an outlet for her feelings and a reminder of her resilience. In the early days of preparing for the sale, Mia spent hours sketching and painting, often losing track of time as she immersed herself in her work. She found solace in the fluid movements of her paintbrush. Each stroke felt like a step forward in reclaiming control over her life. Art became a therapeutic escape, a way to channel her fears, hopes, and dreams onto canvas. Mia's creativity flourished as she experimented with different mediums. She tried watercolor to capture the softness of flowers swaying in the breeze, and mixed media for bold pieces that combined textures and colors in unexpected ways. Her favorite creation was a large mural-sized canvas depicting a phoenix rising from ashes, a powerful symbol of rebirth and resilience that resonated deeply with her own battle against cancer. As word about Mia's art sale began to spread, she received encouragement from friends and family who marveled at her talent and determination. They reminded her of how special each piece was, not just as art, but as part of a larger narrative about strength in adversity. With every compliment, Mia's confidence grew, bolstering her motivation to create even more pieces for the sale. The closer she got to the date of the event, the more excited and anxious Mia became. She envisioned how people would react when they saw her work, how they might feel inspired or even moved by what she had created. With each completed piece, Mia felt lighter. It was as though she was painting away some of the heaviness that accompanied her illness. As the days passed, Mia set herself goals for how many pieces she wanted to complete for the sale. She aimed high. Every finished artwork represented not just another item for sale, but another opportunity for someone to connect with her story. The goal wasn't just financial. It was about building bridges through shared experiences and emotions. In addition to paintings, Mia also decided to offer smaller items like greeting cards featuring prints of her artwork. She hoped these would appeal to those looking for meaningful gifts while allowing more people to take home a piece of her journey at an accessible price point. Every card was lovingly crafted, showing glimpses of hope and beauty while conveying messages of support and encouragement. As Mia worked tirelessly toward the sale, she found herself reflecting on how much art meant to her, not just as a means of expression, but as a source of connection in times of hardship. She understood that everyone has their struggles. Through art, she could share hers while uplifting others who might be fighting their own battles. On the eve of the sale, surrounded by colorful canvases and stacks of cards ready for display, Mia felt both nervous and excited. She had poured herself into this initiative, her heart woven into every piece, and now it was time for others to see what she had created. The thought made her pulse quicken with anticipation. Mia's determination shone brightly. Despite any uncertainty about how much money she would raise or how many people would show up, one thing remained clear. She believed deeply in the power of art to heal and inspire. This wasn't just about raising funds. It was about sharing hope with others who might need it most. With each brushstroke, each card designed, Mia had crafted not only beautiful artworks, but also a story, a heartfelt testament to resilience in the face of adversity. As she prepared for the big day ahead, one thing was certain. No matter what happened next, she had already won in so many ways by choosing to create and share from such a vulnerable place within herself. As the day of Mia's art sale approached, she was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support from her friends, family, and the local community. The news of her initiative spread like wildfire, and soon people from all corners of the town were rallying around her. It was as if a wave of love and encouragement had swept through the community, giving Mia the strength she needed to face the challenges ahead. Her closest friends were among the first to step up. They organized brainstorming sessions to help Mia promote her sale. They created eye-catching posters and shared her story on social media, encouraging everyone they knew to come out and support Mia. Their enthusiasm was contagious, fueling her determination even further. Each time someone chimed in with words of encouragement or offered to help with logistics, Mia felt a renewed sense of hope. Mia's family also played a crucial role in supporting her endeavor. Her mother took charge of gathering supplies, ensuring that they had everything needed for the sale: canvases, frames, art supplies, and tables for display. Her father planned to set up a tent in the park where the sale would take place to protect them from the unpredictable weather. Together, they worked side by side, transforming their backyard into an art hub where Mia could create more pieces leading up to the event. Despite this overwhelming support, challenges were inevitable. As much as Mia wanted to believe in success, there were moments when self-doubt crept in. She was aware that not everyone would be able to buy a piece of art. Some would simply pass by without stopping to look. The reality weighed heavily on her heart as she thought about how much she needed the funds for her treatments. In addition to facing emotional hurdles, there were practical challenges too. The limited resources available meant that Mia had to be creative in finding ways to make her art sale successful. While most artists might have access to professional galleries or established venues, Mia was organizing her event in a public park, an open space filled with distractions and competing activities on a Saturday afternoon. As she prepared for the event, Mia realized that she needed to be strategic about how she displayed her artwork. She designed a layout that would draw people's attention, creating a focal point with her larger pieces while arranging smaller items around them in an inviting manner. She envisioned colorful banners that would flutter gently in the breeze, enticing passers-by to take a closer look. The day before the sale, as she set up her booth at the park with her family and friends, anxiety bubbled within her. What if no one came? What if no one bought anything? These thoughts surfaced despite all the positive support she had received. Nevertheless, she pushed through those feelings, focusing instead on what had brought them here: a shared mission of hope and community spirit. On the morning of the sale, excitement filled the air as families gathered for picnics and children played nearby. But as the hours passed without many visitors stopping by her booth, Mia's heart sank a little more with each passing minute. She watched as people strolled past her tent, caught up in their own lives. Some smiled at her artwork, but continued on without making a purchase. However, amid these challenges came moments that reignited Mia's hope. Friends who had come out specifically to support her began engaging with potential buyers. They encouraged passers-by to stop and take a look at what Mia had created while sharing snippets of her journey with cancer treatment and how art had become a beacon of light for her during dark times. Slowly but surely, people began to show interest. Some stopped to admire specific pieces. Others even struck up conversations with Mia about what inspired certain artworks. Each interaction felt like a small victory, a reminder that there was still kindness and connection in the world around them. As word spread about Mia's art sale throughout the day, more people began arriving at the park. Local businesses took notice too. Some even sent representatives over to show their support and browse through Mia's work. It felt surreal for Mia, She could hardly believe that strangers were appreciating what she had poured so much love into creating. Still, despite these uplifting moments, doubts lingered at the edges of Mia's mind whenever there was a lull in activity at her booth. Would this be enough? Would they raise enough money for her treatments? But through it all, she clung tightly to one unwavering truth. No matter what happened today, whether it ended in triumph or disappointment, she was not alone. The sense of community enveloping Mia became palpable. It was clear that everyone present believed in her cause and wanted nothing more than to see her succeed. Each supportive smile from friends or encouraging word from passers-by reminded her that this was more than just an art sale. It was about connection and shared experience in fighting against adversity. In those moments of uncertainty mixed with hope, Mia learned valuable lessons about resilience and community spirit, lessons that transcended any monetary goals set before her. With every challenge faced alongside unwavering support from those who love her most, it became clear that together they were crafting not just an event, but something much larger, a movement rooted in compassion and unity during challenging times. The sun rose gently over the horizon, casting a warm golden light upon the park where Mia had spent countless afternoons imagining her art sale. Today was the day. As she arrived with her family and friends to set up her booth, a palpable sense of excitement filled the air, mingled with a hint of nervousness that made her heart race. The park was alive with activity. Families were setting up picnic blankets, children were playing games, and the cheerful sound of laughter echoed throughout the space. It was a perfect Saturday, and Mia couldn't help but feel a mix of joy and anxiety as she looked around at the vibrant scene unfolding before her. This was the moment she had been working toward for weeks, yet now that it was finally here, she felt a whirlwind of emotions swirling within her. As they unloaded supplies from the car, Mia's mother guided her through the setup process. Together, they selected a prime spot under a large oak tree that provided ample shade while still allowing sunlight to illuminate Mia's artwork. The tree's branches swayed gently in the breeze, creating a serene backdrop for what Mia hoped would be an unforgettable day. Mia watched with bated breath as her father and friends began to arrange tables and display racks. The sight of her colorful canvases being carefully placed on display sent shivers of anticipation down her spine. Each piece was meticulously positioned, showcasing her creativity and passion in every stroke of paint. She stepped back to survey the booth. There were bright banners announcing Mia's art sale fluttering above, each adorned with hand-painted designs that reflected her artistic spirit. As she adjusted the angles of her paintings, Mia felt a surge of pride wash over her. Each artwork represented not just hours of hard work, but also her journey through illness, a testament to her resilience and hope. But alongside this pride came nerves. What if people didn't like her art? What if no one showed up? The questions danced in her mind like restless butterflies. With every passing moment leading up to the sale's start time, Mia took deep breaths to calm herself. The initial crowd had begun to gather nearby, drawn by the infectious energy filling the park. Friends who had promised their support began to arrive one by one, bringing with them smiles and encouragement that fueled Mia's confidence. They helped promote her work, inviting others to come take a look at what she had created. As the clock ticked closer to noon, Mia felt a knot of anticipation tighten in her stomach. She could hear laughter and music wafting through the air from a nearby group celebrating a birthday party, serving as both a distraction and backdrop to her own event. It felt surreal. Here she was, surrounded by life and joy while preparing to share something so personal with the world. Finally, with just minutes remaining until opening time, Mia took a moment to close her eyes and visualize what she hoped would unfold. She imagined people admiring her artwork, engaging with it on deeper levels, feeling moved by the stories behind each piece. In those fleeting moments of quiet reflection amidst the chaos around her, she reaffirmed why she was here, not just to sell art, but to forge connections through shared experiences of struggle and triumph. When noon struck, Mia opened her eyes to see families milling about nearby. Her heart raced as she saw curious faces approach her booth for the first time. She greeted them with warm smiles and inviting words about each piece on display. Her voice steady despite the fluttering in her chest. Time seemed to blur as visitors started stopping by in greater numbers. Some paused thoughtfully before particular paintings, while others picked up greeting cards decorated with prints of Mia's art. Each interaction filled Mia with an indescribable sense of fulfillment. These were moments she had longed for, the chance to share not just her work but also pieces of herself. However, even as excitement grew within her, occasional waves of self-doubt washed over Mia. What if this wasn't enough? What if people walked away without understanding how much this meant to her? These thoughts loomed like shadows at the corners of her mind, but were quickly chased away by the laughter and chatter surrounding them. With every sale made and every new conversation sparked, Mia began to feel lighter, more connected to those who stopped by. She saw how others engaged with her artwork. Some found inspiration in it, while others felt comforted by its beauty. As afternoon approached and more visitors arrived at the park, there was an undeniable buzz surrounding Mia's booth, a synergy between artist and audience blossoming right before her eyes. The warmth of community support enveloped her like a comforting embrace. It reminded Mia that while she faced challenges ahead in treatment, she was far from alone. Underneath that oak tree, the place filled with laughter and vibrant colors, Mia realized that this day was about more than funds or sales. It was a celebration of resilience and creativity woven into every brushstroke displayed proudly for all to see. With every passing moment filled with laughter and connection between strangers turned friends at this art sale, Mia's heart swelled with gratitude, not just for those who supported her, but for the art itself that had become a lifeline through darkness toward hope. As the afternoon sun climbed higher in the sky, illuminating the park with its warm rays, Mia's art sale was in full swing. The atmosphere buzzed with laughter, conversation, and the occasional sound of children playing nearby. With each passing moment, more visitors gravitated toward her booth, captivated by her artwork and the story behind it. Mia felt a growing sense of accomplishment as she engaged with her audience, sharing the inspiration behind each piece. Amidst this lively scene, something unexpected happened that would change the course of the day. Just as Mia was discussing her favorite painting, an expressive piece depicting a vibrant sunrise, she noticed a commotion to her right. A group of people had suddenly paused, their eyes widening in disbelief. Mia turned to see what had captured their attention, and in that instant, her heart skipped a beat. Walking toward her booth was none other than Steve Harvey. The beloved television host and comedian strolled through the park with his signature smile and an air of charisma that seemed to draw everyone's gaze. It was surreal. Mia had watched him on television countless times, but never imagined she would see him in person, let alone at her art sale. The realization sent a rush of adrenaline through her veins. As if time had slowed down, Mia stood frozen for a moment, absorbing the sight of this unexpected visitor. The crowd around her began to murmur, their excitement palpable as they whispered and pointed, recognizing the man who had brought joy to so many through his shows and comedy. "Is that really him?" one onlooker exclaimed, wide-eyed with disbelief. "It is. It's Steve Harvey," another voice chimed in. Mia could feel her heart racing. She glanced at her friends and family, who were equally stunned. They exchanged excited glances and whispers as they hurriedly adjusted themselves, trying to regain composure amidst this incredible turn of events. Suddenly, it felt as though every eye in the park was drawn to Mia's booth. Steve approached with a friendly demeanor, his presence radiating warmth. He stopped in front of Mia's display, taking a moment to admire her artwork. She could hardly believe it. Here he was, standing before her, just feet away from the very canvases she had poured her heart into creating. "Wow, this is amazing work," Steve said, genuinely impressed as he scanned the colorful pieces before him. His voice was rich and inviting, filled with enthusiasm. "You're incredibly talented." Mia felt a rush of emotion wash over her at his compliment. She managed to stammer out a thank you while trying to quell the excitement bubbling within her. Her hands trembled slightly as she pointed out specific pieces that held special meaning for her. "I made these to raise money for my chemotherapy treatments," she explained earnestly, feeling a mix of shyness and pride as she shared her story. "Art has helped me cope with everything I've been going through." Steve listened intently, nodding along as she spoke. The sincerity of his expression made Mia feel seen in a way she hadn't anticipated. "You're an inspiration," he replied warmly. "Keep shining your light. We're doing something truly special here." Around them, the crowd began to swell further as word spread that Steve Harvey was at Mia's booth. People moved closer to catch a glimpse of this delightful exchange between the young artist and the television icon. Laughter erupted from small groups as they witnessed this moment unfold before their eyes. Many pulled out their phones to capture photos or record videos. Mia's friends erupted into cheers of encouragement for behind her display. "Go, Mia!" they shouted playfully while snapping pictures themselves. The atmosphere transformed into one filled with excitement and joy. It felt like a celebration not just for Mia, but for everyone gathered there. Steve took a step back to admire one of Mia's larger paintings, the phoenix rising from ashes, which resonated deeply with both him and those around them. "This is powerful," he remarked thoughtfully before turning back to Mia. "I think I need one of these for my collection." The crowd gasped collectively at his words as Mia's eyes widened in disbelief. She could hardly process what he was saying. It felt like a dream unfolding right before her eyes. "Really? You want to buy one?" she asked incredulously. "Absolutely. I want to support you and your journey," he replied with sincerity that made Mia's heart swell with gratitude. In that moment, everything else faded away. The anxiety about raising funds or how many pieces she would sell became insignificant compared to this extraordinary encounter unfolding before her eyes. With Steve Harvey expressing interest in purchasing her artwork and supporting her cause, it felt like validation of all her hard work and determination. As Steve picked out one of Mia's paintings, a vibrant piece filled with hopeful colors, he encouraged onlookers to support local artists who face challenges like hers. His words carried weight. People began reaching into their pockets or purses, eager to purchase not only for themselves, but also to contribute toward Mia's cause. With each brushstroke she had poured into that canvas, now leading to such an impactful moment, tears welled up in Mia's eyes, not just from joy, but from recognition that kindness can come from unexpected places when you least expect it. As Steve completed his purchase and posed for pictures with Mia amidst cheers from everyone around them, she realized this day had become something far greater than she ever envisioned. A beautiful reminder that hope can shine brightly even during life's toughest battles. As the crowd buzzed with excitement, Mia stood in front of Steve Harvey, her heart racing with a mix of disbelief and joy. The television host's presence was magnetic, and it felt surreal to be having a conversation with someone she had watched on screen for years. With a friendly smile that instantly put her at ease, Steve leaned in closer to examine her artwork. "This piece here, it's incredible," he said, pointing to the vibrant painting of a phoenix rising from the ashes. "What inspired you to create this?" Mia took a deep breath, feeling the weight of his genuine interest. "I wanted to show that even after going through tough times, we can rise again," she explained, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "It represents my journey through cancer and how art has helped me find hope even when things feel dark." Steve nodded thoughtfully, his expression shifting to one of admiration. "You've captured that beautifully. It's like you've poured your heart into this," he responded warmly. "I can feel the energy radiating from it." Mia felt a rush of pride at his words. It was one thing for friends and family to support her, but hearing such encouragement from someone as well-known as Steve made everything feel different, more significant. "Thank you," she replied, her voice brimming with gratitude. "Art is my way of expressing what I'm going through." "Keep using that talent," Steve encouraged, leaning back slightly while maintaining that engaging smile. "You never know how many people you might inspire along the way." He then glanced around at the gathering crowd before looking back at her. "You're definitely inspiring me right now." Mia chuckled lightly. His warmth and humor were infectious. "I hope so. I've been trying to share my story through my artwork and raise funds for my treatment too," she continued, feeling more comfortable as they conversed. Steve raised an eyebrow in surprise. "Really? You're raising funds through your art sale? That's amazing. How much do you hope to raise today?" With a hint of nervousness still lingering, Mia replied, "I set a goal for about $1,500. I thought it would help cover some of my medical expenses." "Well, I think you'll surpass that goal with all these people here," he exclaimed with an encouraging grin. "You've got talent and heart. People will want to support you." His enthusiasm made Mia feel as though anything was possible. As they continued their conversation, Mia shared more about her love for art, how she found solace in creating when faced with adversity, and how it allowed her to express emotions that were sometimes hard to verbalize. She spoke of her favorite pieces and the stories behind them, the paintings that reflected both her fears and her triumphs. Steve listened intently, nodding along as Mia spoke. He interjected occasionally with lighthearted jokes or comments that kept the mood uplifting. "You know," he said with a playful grin, "if you ever get tired of painting, you could always write a book. I'd be your first customer." Mia laughed at his remark, appreciating how he effortlessly made the conversation feel both meaningful and fun. "I'll have to think about that. But I really love painting," she replied sincerely. "Good. Stick with it," Steve encouraged as he picked up another smaller piece, a colorful landscape filled with swirling skies and bright flowers. "This one caught my eye too. What's the story behind this one?" "Well," Mia began, her eyes sparkling with excitement as she described her inspiration. "I painted it after a particularly tough day during treatment when I felt really down. But then I saw the sunset outside my window. It reminded me that even after darkness, there's always beauty waiting on the other side." "That's powerful," Steve said thoughtfully. He paused for a moment before adding playfully, "You're basically teaching life lessons through your art. If this whole comedy thing doesn't work out for me anymore, maybe I should start giving paint classes." Mia giggled again at his humor. It was moments like this that made the interaction memorable, not just because of who he was, but because he took the time to connect with her on a personal level. As their conversation continued, Steve expressed interest in purchasing one of Mia's larger pieces, the Phoenix painting that had initially captivated him. Her eyes widened in surprise once more as he declared his intention to support her cause, not just through words, but through action. "I want this piece," he said decisively, pulling out his wallet. "And I'm going to pay double what you're asking." "Really? You don't have to do that," Mia protested gently, feeling overwhelmed by his generosity. "I know I don't have to, but I want to," he insisted with sincerity gleaming in his eyes. "Your story deserves all the support it can get." With tears brimming at the corners of Mia's eyes, tears of joy and appreciation, she felt gratitude for this unexpected moment in her life where someone famous recognized not just her talent, but also her struggle. As they wrapped up their conversation and took pictures together amidst cheers from onlookers, Mia realized this encounter was about so much more than just an art sale. It was about connection, humanity transcending fame, and reminding everyone present that kindness can change lives in unexpected ways. In the heart of the park, surrounded by laughter and warmth, Mia knew she had made an indelible mark not only on Steve Harvey, but also on everyone witnessing this beautiful exchange, a testament to resilience and hope through art that would resonate far beyond that day. As the conversation between Mia and Steve Harvey continued to unfold, the atmosphere around them was electric. People gathered closer, captivated not only by the exchange of words, but also by the genuine connection that had formed between the young artist and the beloved television host. Mia could hardly believe her luck. After weeks of hard work and anticipation, she was now standing face to face with someone she admired greatly, who was showing such sincere interest in her story. When Steve announced that he wanted to purchase her painting, the phoenix rising from the ashes, Mia felt a wave of emotions crash over her. The moment was surreal. It was as if time stood still. This wasn't simply about selling a piece of art. It was an acknowledgement of her journey, her struggles, and her resilience. "Let's get this piece wrapped up," Steve said with a broad smile, gesturing for one of Mia's friends to help him. "This is going home with me today." Mia's heart raced as she watched him pull out his wallet, ready to support her cause in a way she hadn't anticipated. "You really don't have to do this," she exclaimed, feeling both gratitude and disbelief. "I want to," he replied earnestly. "You're doing something beautiful here, and it deserves all the support it can get." With that, he counted out bills that added up to double what Mia had initially asked for the painting. The onlookers gasped at his generosity, and many began to applaud and cheer at this unexpected gesture. It was a moment filled with warmth and encouragement that rippled through the crowd like a wave. Everyone could feel the impact of what was happening right before their eyes. As Mia accepted his payment, tears welled in her eyes, not from sadness, but from overwhelming joy and appreciation. She felt seen, valued, and supported in a way that went beyond monetary contributions. This act was a powerful reminder that kindness flourished even in unexpected places. "I can't thank you enough," she said softly, still trying to process everything. "This means so much to me." "Trust me," Steve replied with a twinkle in his eye. "You're going to inspire so many people with your story. Just keep doing what you love." His words resonated deeply within her, igniting a sense of purpose that surged through her veins. But Steve didn't stop there. He leaned closer again, lowering his voice just slightly, as if sharing a secret among friends. "I'd also like to help spread the word about your art sale," he said. "I'm going to make a post on my social media tonight, encouraging my followers to support your cause." Mia's heart swelled even further at this news. The thought of reaching thousands of people through Steve's platform sent shivers down her spine. A chance to amplify her message and raise even more funds for her treatment. "Are you serious?" she asked in disbelief. "Absolutely. Your talent deserves recognition, and I want to do my part," he said earnestly. "Art has power. It connects people." As he spoke, Mia could feel the energy surrounding them shift into something even more profound, a collective sense of hope igniting among everyone present. She realized that this moment wasn't just about her. It was about everyone who had ever faced challenges or felt alone in their struggles. With his gesture of support solidified in both action and intention, Steve stepped back slightly, but continued talking with those gathered around them. He encouraged everyone to purchase artwork from Mia or donate directly to help cover her treatment costs. His enthusiasm was infectious as he shared her story with anyone willing to listen. "You all need to check out these amazing pieces," he called out cheerfully, gesturing toward Mia's booth. "This young lady is incredible. Let's support her on this journey." The crowd erupted in applause once again, inspired by Steve's encouragement as they began flocking toward Mia's booth in greater numbers than before. Each person who approached was eager not only to admire her work, but also to contribute in whatever way they could, whether by buying a painting or simply offering words of encouragement. Overwhelmed by emotion, Mia couldn't help but notice how quickly this moment had transformed not just her day, but also the hearts of those around her. Each sale made felt like a small victory, not merely for herself, but for everyone who believed in art as a means of healing and connection during difficult times. As the day progressed, more paintings sold than Mia had ever anticipated, thanks not only to Steve's generous purchase, but also because his presence had drawn attention to her cause in an extraordinary way. Friends and family rallied together, sharing stories from their own lives while celebrating Mia's achievements. In that park filled with laughter and camaraderie under the warm sun, Mia realized something profound. It wasn't just about raising money anymore. It was about creating community, a network of support rooted in compassion and kindness that transcended any individual struggle. By the end of the day, Mia had surpassed her fundraising goals significantly, an outcome made possible by Steve's surprising gestures of support combined with the heartfelt contributions from those who'd come out for the sale. As she packed up the remaining artwork that evening alongside friends and family who were equally exhilarated by what transpired throughout the day, she carried with her not just funds for treatment, but also an unshakable belief in hope. The kind of hope that can arise when people choose to uplift one another during life's challenges. The day of Mia's art sale had been nothing short of extraordinary, marked by her unexpected encounter with Steve Harvey. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the park began to empty, Mia felt a sense of euphoria mixed with disbelief. Little did she know, the magic of that day was just beginning to unfold. In the hours following the event, social media buzzed with excitement. Attendees had shared posts and videos of Steve Harvey visiting Mia's booth, highlighting her artwork and her inspiring story. The images of the young artist and the beloved television personality quickly went viral, capturing hearts far beyond their small town. News outlets caught wind of the story and began reaching out for interviews. Local television stations wanted to feature Mia on their evening news segments, while online platforms sought to publish articles about her journey. The attention was overwhelming but also exhilarating. For a girl who had once felt alone in her fight against cancer, this sudden spotlight felt like a wave of support crashing over her. Early the next morning, Mia's phone buzzed incessantly with notifications. Friends and family gathered around her as she opened social media to find messages pouring in from people she didn't even know, strangers offering words of encouragement, sharing their own stories of resilience, and expressing admiration for her talent. Some commented on how they planned to purchase her artwork or donate directly to support her treatment. Within days, Mia's story made headlines statewide. News anchors reported on the heartwarming encounter between her and Steve Harvey, emphasizing not just the sale, but also the incredible impact art can have in times of hardship. This young artist is using her talent to rise above adversity. One anchor remarked during a segment that featured clips from Mia's booth and interviews with attendees. The exposure led to a significant surge in interest surrounding Mia's artwork. People from all over began contacting her through social media, expressing interest in purchasing pieces or commissioning custom artworks. It was as if her art had taken on a life of its own, resonating with individuals who appreciated not only its beauty, but also the heartfelt stories behind each piece. With the influx of attention came donations from individuals inspired by Mia's courage. A crowdfunding campaign was launched on a popular platform dedicated to helping those facing medical challenges. The campaign included details about Mia's journey, along with photos of her artwork and testimonials from those who had met her at the sale. Within a week, donations poured in from across the country, an unexpected flood of generosity that left Mia and her family astounded. People contributed not only substantial sums, but also small amounts that collectively added up to thousands more than they had initially hoped for. The community spirit that had enveloped Mia during her art sale now extended far beyond local borders, creating a ripple effect that showcased the power of compassion and support. Mia found herself featured in articles not only in local publications, but also on larger platforms where stories of hope were shared widely. Her journey became an emblematic narrative about resilience, one that inspired many others facing their own battles with illness or adversity. As she received updates about fundraising milestones being reached and new supporters coming forward, she couldn't help but feel an overwhelming wave of gratitude wash over her. Each notification felt like a reminder that she wasn't alone. There were countless individuals rallying behind her cause. In addition to financial support, Mia received messages from other young artists who admired her bravery and wanted to connect with her. They shared their own artistic journeys and encouraged one another through mutual admiration. Mia felt invigorated by this newfound sense of community among fellow creators. It reminded her that art is a universal language that can unite people across different backgrounds and experiences. With every passing day, as media coverage continued and donations grew, Mia's confidence flourished alongside her success. She began creating even more art, pieces inspired by messages she received through social media or stories shared by those who have been touched by her journey. Each brushstroke felt like a celebration of hope, a way to give back to those who believed in her when she needed it most. Mia's story was no longer just about fighting cancer. It transformed into a powerful narrative about connection. How kindness can create waves of change in someone's life when least expected. Her art became a vessel for healing not just for herself, but also for others facing challenges. As weeks passed and momentum built around her journey, Mia realized that this experience had opened doors she never dreamed possible. Opportunities to speak at events raising awareness for childhood cancer, or even hosting workshops sharing her passion for art with others. Through it all, the media attention, the outpouring of support, and the growing community surrounding her, Mia emerged not only as an artist but as an advocate for resilience and hope. She understood that what started as an art sale had transformed into something much larger, a movement fueled by love, creativity, and an unwavering belief in the power of human connection. With every new brushstroke on canvas reflecting both struggle and triumph, she continued painting her story, one filled with hope that would inspire countless others along their own journeys toward healing. As the weeks rolled on following Mia's unforgettable art sale and the incredible encounter with Steve Harvey, she found herself in a state of reflection, both about her journey thus far and the profound shifts it had brought to her life. The whirlwind of events had opened doors she had never imagined, allowing her to grow in ways she couldn't have anticipated. Mia looked back at her life before the art sale, when cancer had consumed much of her thoughts. The diagnosis felt like a heavy weight pressing down on her spirit, creating moments of darkness that seemed insurmountable. Life had felt uncertain and often overwhelming. Fear about her health loomed large in every decision she made. But through it all, art remained her solace, a space where she could express her innermost feelings and find comfort during turbulent times. Now, reflecting on how far she had come, Mia realized that those moments of struggle had shaped not only her work, but also her perspective on life itself. The support she received from friends, family, and strangers alike during the art sale, and the incredible media attention that followed, had ignited a renewed sense of purpose within her. It was as if a light had been turned on in a room that once felt dimmed by uncertainty. The recognition she gained through her artwork profoundly impacted her outlook on life. Rather than viewing herself solely as a patient battling illness, Mia began to see herself as an artist with a voice, someone whose experiences could inspire and uplift others. The realization that sharing her story had resonated with so many people filled her with an indescribable sense of fulfillment. It was a reminder that vulnerability can be powerful. Opening up about struggles could forge connections and create ripples of hope that extend far beyond oneself. As donations continued to pour in for her treatment, Mia felt an immense wave of gratitude wash over her. Each contribution represented not just financial assistance, but also a collective belief in her journey, a testament to the kindness of strangers who wanted to help someone they had never met. This generosity instilled in Mia a deeper appreciation for community. She understood how interconnected lives could be and how support could manifest in unexpected ways. With each passing day, Mia's health began to improve alongside the emotional boost she experienced from this newfound recognition. The treatment process remained challenging, but knowing that people were cheering her on made all the difference. She found herself approaching chemotherapy sessions with a renewed mindset. Instead of viewing them as burdens, she saw them as steps toward recovery, a necessary part of her artistic journey. Moreover, the interaction with Steve Harvey served as a catalyst for personal growth that transcended mere recognition. He had not only purchased one of her paintings, but also shared his platform to amplify her voice. His kind words about resilience inspired Mia to embrace her role as an advocate, not just for herself, but for other young artists facing similar battles. She began exploring opportunities to speak at local events focused on childhood cancer awareness and art therapy, eager to share how creativity can foster healing. Mia's passion for art blossomed further in this supportive atmosphere. She started experimenting with new techniques and mediums, adding mixed media elements to her pieces or delving into abstract forms that reflected more complex emotions. Each creation became an exploration of what it meant to heal through expression, a visual narrative woven together by colors that represented hope, strength, and transformation. The act of creating became more than just a personal outlet. It evolved into a way for Mia to connect with others who might relate to her journey. As she hosted workshops for aspiring young artists in the community, she witnessed firsthand how sharing artistic skills could empower individuals facing their own challenges. The joy radiating from participants as they created alongside her filled Mia with pride. It reinforced the idea that art has the ability to transcend pain and foster connection. Through all these experiences, support from strangers, recognition as an artist, improved health, and newfound purpose, Mia emerged with a strengthened sense of self. She no longer defined herself solely by her illness or the obstacles she faced. Rather, she embraced being an artist who used creativity as both armor and weapon against adversity. Reflecting on this transformative journey allowed Mia to grasp the importance of resilience, a lesson she hoped to carry forward into every aspect of life. She knew there would still be challenges ahead regarding health and treatment. However, armed with support from others and a newfound belief in herself, Mia felt ready to face whatever came next. In the end, this journey wasn't just about art or fundraising. It was about growth through adversity, connection through shared experiences, and finding beauty amid struggle. With every brushstroke layered onto canvas reflecting both joy and sorrow intertwined in perfect harmony, Mia understood one undeniable truth. Creativity holds transformative power, not only for oneself, but also for everyone who dares to believe in its ability to heal. As she continued painting and sharing her story with others through various platforms, Mia found peace in knowing that this new chapter was only just beginning. One where hope flourished amid challenges and inspired countless individuals along their own paths toward resilience. As Mia reflected on her incredible journey, she was awash with gratitude for the myriad of experiences that had shaped her life over the past few months. What began as a simple art sale to help fund her chemotherapy had transformed into a powerful movement, one that resonated deeply within her community and beyond. With each passing day, she felt more connected to the world around her, and she understood that her story was one of resilience, hope, and the magic of human kindness. Through her art, Mia had accomplished so much more than she ever expected. She not only raised funds for her treatment, but also garnered widespread attention that brought her story to the forefront of public consciousness. The support she received from friends, family, and even strangers became a testament to the power of community. When Steve Harvey unexpectedly walked by her booth, it set in motion a series of events that would amplify her voice and message, allowing her to inspire many others facing their own battles with health challenges. Mia's artwork evolved during this time as well. No longer merely a means of expressing her feelings during difficult moments, art had become a vehicle for connection, a way for her to share her journey with others while inviting them to explore their own creativity. Through workshops and community events, she empowered other young artists to harness their passions and find healing through creative expression. Each interaction left an indelible mark on Mia's heart. She recognized how vital it was to uplift and support those around her. In addition to fostering creativity in others, Mia became an advocate for awareness about childhood cancer. She began speaking at local schools and events, sharing not only her personal story, but also emphasizing the importance of supporting young artists who often face hurdles that can stifle their creative spirits. Her message echoed loudly. Art is not just a pastime. It is a lifeline that can provide healing and hope during trying times. As Mia's journey continued, she remained steadfast in her commitment to using her platform to advocate for both artists and those battling health challenges. She launched initiatives aimed at fundraising for organizations dedicated to childhood cancer research and support services. By collaborating with local businesses, She facilitated events where proceeds from art sales directly contributed to charities focused on improving the lives of children facing serious illnesses. Mia recognized that while her experience was unique, it also echoed a universal truth. Many individuals endure struggles silently and may feel isolated in their battles. She called upon everyone who heard her story to embrace community and kindness as essential tools in creating a supportive environment where people could thrive despite adversities. In conclusion, Mia's journey serves as a poignant reminder that we all have the power to make a difference in someone else's life. Whether through acts of kindness, supporting local artists, or simply listening to someone's story, we can create ripples of change in our communities. Every small gesture counts. It can spark hope and inspire resilience in those who need it most. As Mia stood before canvases filled with vibrant colors painted with love and intention, she felt empowered by the knowledge that each brushstroke represented not just her journey, but also the collective strength of those who rallied around her cause. She urged everyone listening or reading about her story to take action, whether it meant uplifting young artists by attending their exhibitions or donating time or resources to organizations fighting childhood cancer. Together, we can cultivate spaces where creativity flourishes alongside compassion, a world where no one feels alone in their struggles. Mia's accomplishments are not just hers. They belong to everyone who believed in the power of connection, the artist who dared to dream against all odds, and the community that rallied behind her. As you reflect on your own journey or consider how you might support someone else's path, remember Mia's story. Embrace your power as a member of your community. Use your voice and actions to uplift others facing challenges. Let us foster an environment where kindness reigns supreme, where art becomes a bridge connecting hearts while healing wounds invisible yet deeply felt. Join Mia in celebrating resilience through creativity, spreading awareness about childhood cancer, and advocating for young artists everywhere. Together, let's create a tapestry woven from stories of hope, a vivid reminder that within every challenge lies an opportunity for growth and connection waiting to be embraced.